Turning now to your community focus, the field of candidates to replace Congressman David Cicilline in Congress continues to grow. Joining us now, one of the people hoping to be sent to Washington by Rhode Island voters, former state representative Aaron Regunberg. Thanks so much for being here.
It's great to be here, Kim.
So 60 seconds or less, why do you want to be Rhode Island's next congressman?
Well, my wife and I have a 2-year-old, and being a parent is amazing, as you and Ted know.
Yes.
But like a lot of parents, I worry about the future. You know, are our kids going to be safe at school from guns and mass shootings? Are they going to be able to afford college? Are they going to have clean air to breathe? Are they going to grow up in a functioning democracy? There's a lot to be scared of. But when I think about these fears, I'm not just scared, I'm angry, because it's not an accident that more kids die from guns here than anywhere else. It's not an accident that our climate is spiraling out of control. It's not an accident that the cost of living keeps going up and up. The fossil fuel industry, the gun industry, drug companies, and their Republican allies are creating these problems because they're making billions and billions of dollars from them. I'm running for Congress because I'm hopeful that we can take on these kinds of entrenched interests and win. And I believe that because I've done it here in Rhode Island as a state legislator, passing paid sick days and higher wages and new clean energy programs, as a community organizer working in our schools, as a new climate lawyer. I've seen that it's possible to bring people together and win real progressive policy change. And that's the kind of leadership that I think we need in Congress right now. You mentioned progressive policy change. You recently faced some pretty harsh criticism from a group of 6 progressives made up of women and people of color who, among other things, in a joint statement called you a white savior and asked for you to step down. How do you respond to that? You know, it's not a secret that I've had political disagreements with this particular group, the Rhode Island Political Cooperative. I've had differences in approach. My approach has been bringing people together to win real change, real substantive policy change. And I've been vocal with some of my concerns with their approach, and they've had a big target on my back from that. But I'm not here to fight with folks like that. I'm in this race to bring the fight to big oil, to big pharma, to the extremist Republicans in Congress, because the issues that we face are urgent, and we need real action, and that's what this campaign is going to be talking about. I want to ask you some rapid fire questions before we have to let you go, so one-word answers. Are you pro-life or pro-choice? Pro-choice. Would you support or oppose a federal ban on so-called assault-style rifles like the AR-15? I fought for that ban at the State House. I'd fight for it in Congress. Would you support or oppose legalizing recreational marijuana on a federal level? We need to legalize it. We need to do it in a way that repairs the damage that criminalization has done to communities of color. Do you support term limits for members of Congress? I'm open to that. I think, honestly, a bigger problem with politics and government is the corrupting influence of money. That's why my first act as a candidate was to announce we are not taking any money from corporate PACs. And just quickly, if you are sent to D.C., which committee would you like to serve on? Well, there's important climate work to be done on energy and commerce. I'm also really grateful for the leadership that Congressman Cicilline has had on judiciary, fighting to take on corporate monopolies. I think with him moving on, it's really important that that kind of work continues. All right, congressional candidate Aaron Regunberg, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for having me, Kim.